And also,
lesbianism is sin?
yes, being a lesbian is a sin.
That's what I thought.
Okay, Romans says this. Romans says a woman.
Jesus!
Well, you
Jesus Christ.
need to repent. Angry lesbian.
Is agreeing with the business case of the airlines in terms of obesity.
That's greed, and that's just greed.
Okay.
Well, I think you're a perfect
Yeah.
example of greed, Sweet Pea, because you weigh 25 stone.
She wasn't ready.
Behind us, there are, I think they said, the silent majority. They're Trump supporters kind of doing a protest or something, and you just shouted something. Can you repeat what you're saying?
I told them to keep America. Of course, I don't believe that. But I think that's what they believe. So we need to call them out on it every single time.
Absolutely. What makes you think that just those people over there would support that?
Well, they support the president. The president's...
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of those logical, problems
So
that you do in
something
school.
that I see a lot of people, a lot of Trump supporters ask is, where is the proof that he is? Do you want to set that to bed and give us the proof?
Here I come. Oh, here I come.
I would say every other tweet would be proof right there. When he talks about African Americans, when he only calls out African American athletes, for whatever malfeasance he sees.
You can tell this woman have no idea what she's talking about. I firmly believe the reason why Donald Trump won is because people like this. You have a whole side of people who are saying that he's one thing, but then when you go look for specific evidence of him being that thing, you can't really find it. She just said keep America racist. And although she was just saying that sarcastically, if they was to clip that, they could run and say that she was actually a racist. And she's standing doing the interview with a Trump 2024 flag waving. So 100% she looks like she's the racist in this one, although she was opposed to them. And that right there is the reason why we don't take clips.
Listen, Donald Trump said on this video that he likes kissing pretty women and that... You don't? Sir, can I finish? You like kissing ugly women? Excuse me. Can I finish my statement, please? Thank you, I don't appreciate that either.
I was eating at the airport and I noticed a pickle on the side of this guy's plate, so I obviously had to go ask him for it.
Hi, can I have your pickle? Thank you.
Nice.
Want a bite? You don't want a bite? Okay. Thanks, guys.
She better be lucky she ain't asked Kermit the Frog for that pickle.
Ma'am, or sir, I'm not sure. I didn't misgender you, did I?
Oh, please, go fuck yourself.
Oh, that's not very ladylike.
Oh, now you're fucking misgendering me. Ladylike.
Oh, well, what are you exactly?
None of your fucking business. What are you?
But you said I misgendered you. If I don't know what you are, how can I not misgender you?
Gotcha.
Where is a systemic issue? Where is a law that's in the system? Where's a policy that's in the system of systemic racism in our country?
I don't want to talk anymore.
To me that although the title of this hearing implies a much needed discussion, we're likely going to be forced to listen to transphobic bigotry.
Unsafe, unfair, and discriminatory practices towards women must stop. Inclusion cannot be prioritized over safety and fairness. And Ranking Member Lee, if my testimony makes me transphobic, then I believe your opening monologue makes you a misogynist. Thank you.
I have, as the saying goes.
Madam Chair, excuse me, I move to have the gentlewoman's words taken down.
Wait. So you're telling me that you can tell somebody that they're transphobic for whatever remarks they say, and then when they call you a misogynist for being against women, then you want to remove what they said? And keep in mind, this is coming from a woman to a woman.
Madam Chair, she's engaging in personalities.
Can I just ask how it's fair to be called transphobic?
There's a
thing.
I would say men disguising themselves as women are engaging in personalities.
Order.
Yeah. Hang on.
Okay, I move to withdraw the point of order.
What are your pronouns?
Either she, her, or they, them.
What does they, them mean?
Pretty much it's when I'm feeling more of not gender confined, like pretty much no gender. I choose to go by they, them.
So you don't feel like a gender sometimes?
Pretty much. Like, I'm still questioning what my gender is. Like,
So how does that process work?
pretty much just I'm playing around with different gender identities, different pronouns until I figure out exactly which one.
So some days you feel like a what, and some days you feel like a what?
Some days I feel she, her. Other days, like today, I'm feeling more no gender.
Should minors be allowed to transition?
Minors should be allowed to do what their parents allow them to do. They don't do it while they're under your roof. They're going to do it later.
But there are instances where people detransition. How can we protect trans youth that do regret their decision and want to detransition?
You make your decisions, and then you decide to make another decision. That's just life.
That don't go like that, because once you make that decision, it ain't no turning back, especially if you cut it off. That's it. It's done, brother or sister.
Okay, well, Michael, do you know what the leading cause of death for pregnant people is?
Pregnant people?
Mm-hmm.
Mothers? Women?
If you'd like to call them mothers, not all of them are mothers.
What do you mean by that?
But if you'd like to call them that,
What are they if they're not mothers?
they're pregnant people.
What people other than mothers are pregnant?
Does it bother you to use inclusive language? It only takes a couple extra syllables to use inclusive language.
To include
and
who?
It seems to include people who don't identify as women but can become pregnant.
So, like a person who's born a woman and then identifies as a man
Mhm.
and is pregnant.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that in order to be a moral person, I need to accept the idea that a man, someone who is born a man and looks like a man, can really become a woman. That's a prerequisite of my being a moral person.
I mean, yes. To me, it is, because if you are trying to deny someone of their identity and deny what their life experience is, then that doesn't seem like a moral stance to me. I want to be accepting, and I want to respect people's life experiences and respect the way that they want to identify and respect the way that they want to present themselves to the world.
I don't care what your life experience is. This is actually a thing. It's actually people that believe that they are cows. You probably think I'm lying. Let's look this up. People who believe they are cows. Here you go, boom. Bonothropy is a psychological disorder in which the sufferer believes he or she is a cow or ox. These are actual people that believe that they are a cow or ox. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but bonothropy, a terrifying psychological disorder in which a person eats grass. So now at that point, I'm supposed to tell a person that they're a cow, although we all know that they're human. The second that you can't believe your own eyes and you can't use your common sense and somebody wants to take that away from you, then what's the point of reality?
Bronte, I would like to identify, I do identify actually, as the correct person on this issue. I identify as being correct and more correct than you on this issue. And I would just ask that you accept and affirm my identity. Do you?
Well, you are not a medical professional.
Gets rich doesn't mean someone gets poor.
Yes, it does.
Explain
In
that to
this
me.
society, it does.
Explain that to me. When you
someone
bought
gets richer-
your hat, who got poor?
The people who made the hat.
They voluntarily contributed their labor
did
and they
not.
got paid for it.
No, they did not.
They didn't?
There's workers in other countries who are enslaved to make things that I'm wearing right now.
Then why would you buy
Everyone's
it?
wearing. Because there's no other options in our capitalist country. There are no other options in our capitalist
That's
country.
totally and factually incorrect. Make your own clothes.
There aren't very many options for that.
Well, so what you're trying to say is you outsource your goods and services in a capital voluntary because you don't want to spend the time to go make your own clothes.
Basing an entire economic system on capital, on wealth, is not the best for each person in the world.
So you would want to live in a communal society, essentially, right? So why don't you go live like the Amish right now and go do it because they live in a communal society?
That's not the point.
So you think it's fine to say to religious people that they are prohibited from gathering outside, wearing a mask, socially distanced. They can't do it. But if you want to come and protest and defund the police, if you want to support that, that's fine. You can gather en masse, person to person, close up, thousands of people. That's okay. That discrimination's okay. That's your position.
Senator, that is not my position.
It was your position. It's what you argued.
I did not write these orders. What I said.
You defended it in court. And you just articulated to me what I take to be your position. Why were the restrictions that you defended struck down as discriminatory? Why were they? You know the facts. You're a good lawyer. Why'd you lose?
Senator.
Oh, come on, Judge. Don't make me do this. Do you want me to go through it for you? You lost because Mayor Bowser was going to mass protests herself personally with thousands of people. At the same time she was doing that, she was prohibiting churches, religious people, from gathering socially distanced outside wearing masks.
A lot of the times we look at these people like they're the demon, but they're just the people that's just taking that shit end of the stick. Which shows you that there's a lot of people in control and the people under them just doing what they're told to do. Not because they believe it and it makes sense. So she sits here and gets the bad end of the stick. While the people that told her what to do sitting back, chilling, and relaxing.
If you were 57, young man, right, and you had a family and you had a mortgage and you had to go to work and you had an energy crisis that was about to cripple you financially, would you be sitting in a road or would you be slightly hacked off if these eco-zealots or whatever you call them were making it impossible for you to carry on with your job? I don't mean to be disrespectful in any way, I'm being honest. Every time I get somebody from Just Stop Oil, they're barely out of nappies. No disrespect. Why? You don't have any experience of the real world. It's just, it's a bunch of unwashed students giving it large. You're stopping people from going about their daily lives, man.
Sometimes people just need something to do.
That's enough internet for me today.